The Super Metal Brothers podcast is the best. Really great stuff. I was in my car listening, and I was like, there just is not a better podcast.
All right, so we're back for Reaction Radio, the surprise episode. Solaire and I decided that there's so many good releases today that we're just going to do another one and try to be timely this time instead of like 2 months after the fact. There's been a new development since the last time that we've spoken on a podcast. The development is that people are realizing that Spencer has fucking horrible style with his J-Lo glasses.
I don't know how they're just now realizing this because I feel like this has been the case since forever. Like he looks like one of those like upper middle class like Dallas ladies that are like in their 60s. They drive a Mazda Miata and they just got a fucking Pomeranian with them everywhere.
Yeah.
That's his entire like fucking style is based on that. That's like the foundation for it.
You know what he kind of looks like is Bono from U2 and Chris O'Dowd. You know, the first Thor, or maybe it's the latest Thor, whichever one. The Irish guy that's trying to do Natalie Portman. Like she goes out on a date with him and then Thor comes back.
Yeah.
That's Chris O'Dowd. Okay, imagine if Bono and Chris O'Dowd had a kid. That kid put J-Lo glasses on. It'd be fucking Spencer from fucking Periphery.
Yeah, it would, dude.
I actually went far enough. I got a face merge app on my iPhone and I've merged their faces. It's perfect. It looks just like Spencer, maybe in like 10 years.
Dude, I've seen like pictures of him on his Instagram and shit. I feel like he might double or like moonlight as like a fashion designer. Definitely
like metrosexual.
Yeah, leaning into the metro, dude.
Actually, I have to apologize, changing subjects, to our fan base, the 1.5 guys that listen to our podcast. In our first episode, we said this podcast would be 95% metal and 5% Willow.
I want to go back and retract my statement of Willow being all right, because it's not. It's fucking trash, dude. It's so terrible.
Fucking stupid. Yeah, so actually, I've done the analysis, and we are 95% metal. We kept that part of the promise, but the other 5% is definitely gay bats.
0.9% Emmanuel in space now.
Oh, fuck yeah, Emmanuel in space. I hope someone listens to that episode and gives us a shout out on that, like an Emmanuel core.
No, dude. So ever since we've been pushing these shorts and like doing TikTok and shit, like I actually went down a TikTok rabbit hole for a second.
I fucking told you.
I'm contemplating fucking deleting it again, dude, because I didn't realize like how predatory that app is, dude.
It's because it hasn't figured you out yet. So the default of Instagram, fucking TikTok and everything is show fucking young girls. I told you, dude, TikTok, it's something addictive about it. It just sucks you in because it's so simple, because everything on the app leads you back to the video. So, and then it catches your attention with something. It learns how to do it. And then you find yourself, it's like 30 minutes has passed. You don't even remember what the hell you did.
I don't have a problem with sex work. In fact, I think it's totally fine if you do that, but the demand's not really there.
Oh, so you're getting actual sex workers on TikTok?
Oh yeah, dude. Well, no, they're porn stars and shit. They're everywhere, dude.
Is it like bots?
I don't know, but I do keep getting hit up by this Lucas Magyar fan page, which is really starting to piss me off. I've had like 20 different accounts of like, a fan page for Lucas of Vela Maya like hit me up. And then I followed a page that was like completely unrelated, core metal something, I don't know. And all of a sudden I get a message. It's like, hey, thanks for the follow. By the way, you should check out my other page, Lucas fan.
Key point on that is if it's sending you sex workers and Lucas fan pages, like if I wasn't your brother my whole life and I looked at you, I'd be like, yeah, sex workers and Lucas Vela Maya fan pages, nailed it.
Fair.
Well, I don't even know what mine would look like. It'd be way worse. Anyways, today we're getting into the releases of today.
With one exception. For the first one is going to be Void by A Pretext to Human Suffering. And then we're going to check out Carcosa's new song, and then Dynasty by Brand of Sacrifice, and then Godhead by Vela Maya, which might be a song about my ex. I'm going to have to cut that out. I should have said my wife. Love that. If we have time, we'll do Distant.
We're going to get right into A Pretext to Human Suffering. This is a local Dallas band. They hit us up on Instagram, asked us to check out Void.
Yeah.
And we did. We checked it out. We gave them a shout out in one of the last episodes, but now we decided that it's good enough to hit the pod and let's do a reaction to it. We have heard this song once.
Yes.
Might have hit my Spotify a couple other times. And I think they have a release coming sometime soon.
They are on our playlist for 2023. If you guys want to go check that out, that's got everything that's releasing so far in chronological order for the most part. Everything that you'll hear today will be on that playlist as well. So go check it out.
All right. This is Void by A Pretext to Human Suffering. Awesome Cookie Monster vocals.
Production is like, you literally could hear a pin drop, dude. You hear the like little cymbal taps.
Oh, yeah.
I almost feel like those should have been sat lower in the mix, but I kind of liked them being high for some reason.
The production on it's surprisingly good for such a local band. That kind of shift they just had right there, I really like it because it went from kind of like tech deathy, death metal.
Yeah.
And then like it kind of got more groovy right there on that spot.
Yeah, you got to have the transitions, but it is just going to be straight caveman.
Oh, yeah. This is all caveman vocals.
Oh, I love that. I love when they pick it up.
That switch in his voice.
Yeah, I was going to mention the same thing, dude. I like that he was just focusing on his low growls, which is fine, but that gets boring to a point, so I'm glad he switched it up right there.
We love pickles.
Roadrunner United.
Yeah. That's an old reference. If you know We Love Pickles, you've been around for a while. Yeah, I like how he switched it up. He showed that he's got some more range. I gotta have variation in vocals and even in guitar, everything. Like, it can't be the same thing.
I'm the same way. Oh, those vocals fucking hit.
This slam?
No, the slam police will come out, dude.
We can't call this slam?
No, there's too many slam police, dude.
What do we call this then?
Deathcore.
Deathcore?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I want to piss somebody off. This is slam. Actually, no, this is grindcore slam progressive.
Post slam.
Post slam. Yeah.
Post slam.
Yeah, post slam. Let's go with that. definitely going to go see these guys live.
Oh, yeah.
That is the end of Void. A Pretext to Human Suffering is the name of the band. Like I said, they're from Dallas, Texas.
Be funny if we did go see them live and they're like playing on trash cans. It's like, how do you get that sound? And remember that bad fucking Moto grader?
Yeah.
They whip out the fucking Moto grader, dude. That's how you get that grunge.
What is that other band that I went to see with Atreyu?
Asking Alexandria.
Yeah, Asking Alexandria, with which, holy shit, things have changed with both of those bands. The guy from Atreyu.
Oh, he's huge. He was originally the drummer. I can't remember his name. The lead singer of Atreyu left after all this time. So the drummer, stepped in to do vocals. And I mean, the dude just blew up. He's fucking massive.
He stopped drumming. He stopped burning the calories.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you were just sitting, dude.
It's like, dude, you need to check your thyroid if that was the only thing keeping you from fucking. Holy shit. He lost all of his hair and fucking gained all that weight.
Oh, fuck. I got to check my thyroid.
The point of why I brought that up was, I think it was Nevermore or Nothing More. I can never remember the name of that band. They're kind of more popular on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. They have this weird fucking instrument that looks like a dinosaur or some shit. And it's just things that he acts like it's an instrument. He gets up and all dramatically pulls levers and all this shit. It's a whole theatrical thing he does, but it's just the equivalent of programming a MIDI pad. Instead of having a rubber button, he just has this fucking ridiculous handle he has to pull to make some very basic sound, that comes out of it. It's
doo-doo-doo-doo. Like Bill Nye the Science Guy, just boink.
Dong.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Or Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory when he's just fucking around with all the levers, dude. In that room with all the bubbles and shit. He's just
yeah. Dude, that movie pisses me off every time I watch it.
Why?
I just fucking
I
hate
thought that
the people
movie
in
was
it.
metal as fuck, dude. And Gene Wilder was the shit.
Yeah, I mean, that part was cool, but these people all deserve to fucking die. Every single one of them.
I like to think they did too.
Even Charlie deserves to die. Fuck that kid.
Yeah, I like that meme where it's all of a sudden his bum ass grandpa just hops the fuck out of bed. Yeah, let's go, dude.
Yeah, I'm good now. You lazy old fuck.
Yeah.
All these kids that go with Charlie to the Chocolate Factory, they all get kicked out because they do something.
Yeah, but Charlie gets another chance, right?
Charlie did the same shit. He's just as much of a piece of shit as all of them. And then he gets to take the Chocolate Factory. Fuck him. I don't like him.
They would have had the worst way out too, because they're heading towards the ceiling fan. That should be the cover of one of our albums, is Charlie making it to the top of that.
Okay, so we're going to go to the second song,
Carcosa,
Born to Lose.
My life story.
We're about to react to this. So we have never heard this song before.
And you haven't really listened to Carcosa, have you?
I have now. I worked out the other day.
The frontman, Johnny, is also guitarist for Angel Maker. And he also does all those dad jokes, TikToks.
Yeah, the screaming dad jokes with Andrew Baina, I think it is.
Yeah.
Who's the kind of YouTube content creator dude.
But he seems like a chill ass dude.
They're both pretty cool. And I like friggin' Andrew Baina's guitar choices, all of his green guitars. Fucking jealous of all the shit he has, man. But he's a way better guitarist.
Did he just start out as a YouTuber, that dude?
Every video I've seen, he's advertised Carcosa. So I think he either did it in conjunction or
he didn't get
existed.
big off Carcosa, I can tell you that.
The reason Carcosa is known, at least from what I can see, is because of him
and Johnny.
Content. At first, it was just him. I don't think he even had Johnny.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, let's get into it. Very trap.
Oh, that was fucking dirty. This is sounding really fucking good. I like it.
Angel Maker is very fast-paced rhythmically. This is very groovy. I've noticed that's like the trend with Carcosa. It's very almost Darko.
Yeah, I was going to say Darko. 1056 also sounds like this too. Kind of like industrial deathcore.
It's like Darknet MySpace core.
It reminds me of some of the sound from Fear Factory. You know, like how they had that guitar. It was like electronic.
Yeah.
It sounded like an alien movie.
Well, and you notice with these bands too, like there's also that it's very, I don't want to say overproduced, but there's a lot of production in it compared to say like Blackened.
A lot of these bands, Lorna Shore, I'm hearing it with Carcosa, I'm hearing it with other bands too. They're getting really good at the drop in the background. Lorna Shore does it one of the best. To the Hellfire, all the drops in that are just like fucking insane. It's just like boom every time it hits.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're making music with 808s in mind.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Bring in the filth.
Sounds like someone's dragging a cinder block on this cement, dude.
Tied to their dick.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So you know how we were talking about like with Buried Alive? He's got that kill switch like on the guitar.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? What's that called again?
Yeah, it's called a kill switch.
A kill switch. Is that what that is? Because it almost sounds like that
At the end?
Yeah, like a pedal. Like that screechy guitar.
If you're talking about the screechy guitar at the end. So a kill switch makes sense live.
Right.
I guess you could use it in recording, but I would think that they're more or less just
I was just
editing it.
wondering if that's what they were doing right there. I mean, obviously,
It could be, yeah.
You could replicate that very easily just, in a recording session.
Yeah, it might be synth too. You never know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but no, that was a fucking banger, dude.
A lot of these bands are incorporating that beatdown style, and this one was not, I wouldn't call it beatdown,
No.
but it had some elements of it. Very deathcore. Like I would work out to that. Interested to see what the rest of it sounds like when they do their full release.
There is a band, and I think they just had a release too, but there is a band called Darknet that's been around for a minute. That might be the first iteration of this kind of style, like the Darko style, this industrial, like deathcore.
Yeah.
May go back further. I'm sure it's kind of like the fucking who came first with metalcore type question. Yeah, we're getting into a whole new subgenre with this.
Even metalcore recently has gone more in the 90s industrial metal like type of movement. There's a lot of the electronica, in the background or just, synth parts, but they're not smooth synth parts. They're very
not at all
dark and dirty. A lot of samples of like clanging metal and shit like that.
Yeah.
Very industrial. Sounds like a fucking 9 Inch Nails fucking produced your shit.
It's Skynet core, dude. Actually, that takes me back because you know who had the best breakdown of that era, dude, was actually from Terminator. You remember the breakdown from Terminator? Dude?
No.
It was like da 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 ting Dun, 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 ding. If anybody wants to replicate that,
I mean, that was pretty much already been replicated by like every Slipknot
I don't
album.
care, dude. I wasn't expecting that.
Which, speaking of,
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to listen to it on the way home.
what is the name of that fucking
Bone Church.
If you haven't listened to Slipknot Bone Church, do not listen to Slipknot Bone Church.
I'm going to listen to it just to see how fucking terrible it is.
Yeah, it's like Vermilion, but you got your dick chopped off. It's just not good. I wouldn't even put that on as like a prelude to my album.
I'm mixed on whether, first of all, whether Bone Church is a cool name or not.
Definitely sounds like it's where you like go to get some wiener. Like,
So that's going to open a gay bar called Bone Church.
and maybe that's where they came up with the name is like, you know, people like go to church on Sunday and they say, I got to get my Sunday fix. Corey Taylor just goes to this place and gets his wiener fix, then eats breakfast afterwards with ladies with nice hats.
That is an image.
Yeah, maybe. I seriously doubt Corey Taylor's going to listen to this. So.
Oh, I don't give a shit, dude.
He seems like a guy that gets a little mad when he gets made fun of. Slipknot is like their first 3 albums were like changed my life for the most part. I wouldn't listen to any music that I do now without that. But everything after that was complete trash for me.
Oh, well, no, I guess all hope is lost or gone. Or the 4th album was all right.
Psychosocial.
It's all right, dude.
You remember the video with the Justin Bieber?
Where they lined it up
fucking
perfectly. Actually, that song, dude, I would listen to that song.
Nailed it. I that's the first time I realized that Corey Taylor's not good at taking criticism, because he was very mad about that.
Was he?
At least it seemed like it. I remember seeing some video or something where he was like, fucking stupid, you know, like getting all mad about it. If I was in a band and someone did that, I think it was hilarious, but whatever. I mean, he's one of the OGs now, so he's allowed to be mad about shit. He can hit the Metallica level of just people not liking you.
I say piss him off as much as possible so we don't get repeats of Bone Church.
maybe they'll bring out another Iowa album out of nowhere. It seems like he's out just trying to do a money run.
Dynasty by Brand of Sacrifice. I've been looking forward to this one. I hope it's better than the last single.
Give me the strength to stand. If there's course of destruction, separated from the body that's
see your face right now, and I know my face is like, I'm trying to find something to like so far.
Carcosa just sounded amazing, so it can't be our headphones,
Yeah.
right? But why do the instruments feel like it sounds like a bunch of fucking mud?
It almost seems off timing. That background noise that sounds like someone's trying to connect to the internet in the 90s.
Yeah, dude, I don't get it, man. I can't imagine that they wanted to stick to like the Berserk gimmick forever, so maybe they're trying to move past that part of it.
Man, I didn't think Brand of Sacrifice would be the one that we both didn't like.
Dude, yeah, I was looking forward to it, but
Yeah,
it
let's
may
see.
change. We may change. our mind.
Yeah, I'm still hopeful.
Okay, it's an interesting transition. You got your choir boys at least.
All I gotta say is if they bring in the choir boys, like I know you gotta change shit up every once in a while, but the whole point of their choir boy shit is that you get choir boys, it gets kind of like they try to turn on, you know, Catholic priests for a little bit, and then they give you a drop that's just like crazy as hell. That's what they're kind of known for, at least from my point of view.
Because I know you liked Lifeblood. I liked Lifeblood too, but did you go listen to their first album, Godham?
I don't think so.
I would go back and listen to it, man, because there was, I mean, that album was so fucking heavy, and it still had all those great elements to it that I think you would have enjoyed with Lifeblood. I think this is another example where overproduction is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because like it sounded, Carcosa just did it in a different way, but Carcosa didn't drown out their instruments. This seems very condensed.
I do have to say though, I like his vocals. His vocals are crisp. Like he's got that like kind of, who's the lead singer of Lamb of God?
Randy Bliss.
Which he's kind of like the template for doing gutturals, but also making it where it's,
he can enunciate
he
whatever.
enunciates really well. Lamb of God, like known for that. And he does it pretty well too.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. But I'm getting very Jingle Bells vibes from that last part, dude.
I don't get the jingle.
You don't get the sleighs. I'm getting reindeer and sleighs with Jingle Bells vibes, dude.
I'm getting like 90s modem sounds with friggin' with some guitar. I mean, and the guitar, I can't label it. It doesn't sound real. Like it doesn't sound like a real guitar. This is almost like deathcore electronica.
I don't get it.
This is like Fear Factory and Nine Inch Nails. I don't think the song is bad. I think there's people who will like this.
I'm just saying, compared to Brand of Sacrifice older shit, this is very watered down in comparison so far.
If you took out the vocals and put a different vocalist on top of this that was singing clean, this would be industrial music.
I mean, the kick drum's still going heavy as fuck in it. I mean, it's still going.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh, okay. Oh.
Okay, that was a sweet drop.
Yeah,
and a
I
good
found
breakdown.
something to like out of
Yeah,
it.
definitely. Mr. Aligato, Mr. Roboto. So, yeah, in the words of Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, just when I think you couldn't get any dumber, you go and totally redeem yourself. The second half was actually...
Yeah, a lot better. But even like the choir boys have become robotic. Like they're trying to save the children from the priest, so they replaced them with robots.
Yeah, touch this robot, don't touch an actual human.
Yeah.
Is that what the thing is?
Yeah.
We gave them robotic children.
Yeah.
Which, I don't want to get into that subject. that sounds like we might get canceled before we have followers.
It's not a real person,
Yeah.
but they're going to start fighting for robot lives.
There's someone that would be offended by touching robot kids. You fucking robot kid toucher. Robots is real people.
I don't know. It's still kind of underwhelming. I might have to go listen to it, because sometimes when I listen to our podcast or I listen to our other songs, listening to it on other systems or like other outlets definitely has impact and definitely gives things like, either a darker or brighter sound for sure, depending on what you're listening to. So I may have to check it out again.
The fact that I have to listen to the first half to get to the second half, it's for somebody.
Listen, and I mean, we're going to be honest with our reactions, dude. I'm not going to sit here like all these fucking kids on YouTube with goofy ass thumbnails, making weird faces and shit that just jerks off every fucking thing they listen to and act like it's the greatest thing on earth. If I think it's mid, I'm going to say it. I thought it was fucking mid.
This is a real reaction. Hopefully we're giving the people something that they haven't heard, because I've never heard one bad reaction on YouTube or in a podcast. Yeah, because it happens. So
yeah.
Hey.
And if you like it, that's fine. I'm just saying, dude, I'm starting to see a decline with Brand of Sacrifice, and I'm just not, really excited at this point.
Every band that's been my favorite band has had a point where it wasn't for me anymore. So that's okay. But you know what? Some of those points became that band's like biggest moment. It just wasn't for me. Parkway Drive is a great example.
Yeah, when it's no longer for us, then they hit the upper echelons of success.
So maybe that says more about us than it does about them.
We just like fucking toilet bowl trash, dude.
I just love the toilet bowl, man. It was all right. That's what I'll give it.
We're about to go into Veil of Maya too. I saw like a clip of Veil of Maya's new song. I didn't hear any of it. But I know there's a video associated with it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fucking hilarious. Brand of Sacrifice does it too. But in the video, Lucas, the lead singer of Veil of Maya, what's this trend with them like wearing like fucking body armor now? Like bulletproof vests and shit. Like they're starting like some insurrection or some shit, dude. Kyle from Brand of Sacrifice. And then what the fuck are those shoes, dude? Like, what is this get up?
Spencer's going more like U2 style, fucking Parkway
Bono,
Drive. Yeah, fucking Parkway Drive, and now Brand of Sacrifice.
Winston does it too. I don't get it.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was a video of them live in, I can't remember what country, but they were live somewhere. They pulled up in a military vehicle. They drove onto the stage.
Yeah, that was like that Viva the Underdog, some bullshit.
Yeah.
Documentary
so
or whatever.
So it was a theme. Like, okay, I get it. I mean, rock stars are supposed to do that. They're supposed to wear weird shit. That's what they've always done.
I see a lot of metalcore bands do it too, but there's always like this variant. It's like a splash of Slipknot, where they're wearing like jumpsuits with like patches and shit.
Like
them,
I've always look at the way fucking like Steven Tyler used to dress. Like, what the fuck was that guy even thinking?
That's fair, dude. Yeah, when you think back to all the like hair metal bands,
like wearing pants so tight that their average dick is outlined. It's like I can see, like, it's average. It's like not even okay, cool. Like, I guess.
Dude, you brought the linguistics this time, dude.
Fucking Average. That's my nickname. My dick's name is, just in case anybody was wondering, is Urethra Franklin.
Gotta give it respect.
Yeah.
Some RESPECT.
I'm mostly Urethra.
I actually had my Wi-Fi. I named Urethra Franklin, and the password was Queef Latifah.
Very nice. Very nice. And now someone knows how to break into your Wi-Fi.
It's not that anymore, but
okay. So
it's Queef Latifah _19 now.
Now let's go into the next one, which is
Veil of Maya.
Veil of Maya.
Godhead and the Lord Cometh.
Before we go into it, just one thing. I have a prediction with this one. I think it's going to be as lackluster as the last song we just listened to.
You think so?
If Soundwave Vegan is any indication, that was the last signal.
I actually kind of liked Soundwave, dude.
It just wasn't there for me either. It kind of had the same idea. It was too like, I don't know. They crossed the industrial line a little too much, maybe.
Well, first of all, I'm assuming they're going to have an album this year. They have to at this point because they went. Dude, I mean, it's been I think since 2018 or 2019 was their last one.
Pre-COVID, definitely.
Because they released a single like right when COVID hit. And I mean, they've released like 3 or 4 singles since then.
Yeah.
But they went through a weird limbo with recording. I think they had like a whole album recorded at that point, and then it just fell through.
They scratched it.
Yeah, like completely. So I wonder what the fuck happened, dude.
Yeah, because there was a release right before Sine Wave Vegan. They did. I think Sine Wave Vegan is going to be on whatever release.
You mean, is it Soundwave Vegan?
I thought it was maybe a Soundwave vegan, something vegan, some wave vegan.
Fucking goofy ass name.
Yeah.
Regardless. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
But okay, let's try out Godhead.
Any day now, I'm sure.
Yeah, so it looks like Synth Wave Vegan is going to be on the same album because it's listed within the single.
Oh, okay.
So let's go. This is Godhead. Were we listening to Aphex Twin? Doesn't that sound like some Aphex Twin shit?
It was definitely Game Boy, dude.
Yeah. BMO, fucking Adventure Time. Shout out to Adventure Time. I'm such a fucking dad.
Yeah, definitely groovy. Seems really safe for Mark, though. God damn.
How long has Veil of Maya been around?
Oh man, I'd say they're one of the pioneers, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they've been around for shit, dude.
I mean, did they go back to Volumes time?
Oh, they predate Volumes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't listened to them that whole time. How did they miss my? They missed my radar for years because I was into Volumes and Structures and all those bands that were going on at that time. Like when they released Wormholes was when I discovered Volumes. That was like 2006. Interesting, but I hear that era in the song.
Yeah, definitely that old Gent, dude.
Yeah, before Gent was even anybody called Gent.
It's not a genre. It's still not a thing. Kind of fall right there in a way, dude.
That was cool. Is that Lucas?
I think it might be, dude, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, was it somebody featured on this?
Did Lucas grow some balls, dude?
Yeah.
So,
Dun, 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 da, da, da. Okay, I definitely think it was better than Synthwave Vegan. It seemed kind of safe. The vocals were good.
Yeah, it seemed safe for, what Mark has been doing. But I was definitely getting a call back to id days, back when they had their vocalist before. His name was Brandon, before they got Lucas. You go back and listen to id, I'm definitely hearing like a callback to id era, Veil of Maya. I mean, it was solid. I enjoyed it. I could definitely see myself bumping that in the car. It didn't have like a huge wow factor to it, but I would like to see Veil of Maya again. When we saw him at the So What Festival, honestly, there was a lot of problems with, I think, that stage in particular.
Oh, yeah.
That we saw him, because, I mean, that was the stage that Polyphia had played too. They were having fucking sound problems.
Yeah.
Born of Osiris and Veil of Maya both sounded like fucking mud.
Yeah.
When we saw him live, Mark looked like he was on just a metric fuck ton of drugs too, dude.
He looked bended out. It sounded good.
Oh, dude, the one that Spite was on and the one that, dude, Volumes probably sounded the best.
Yeah.
Out of everybody, which surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah, they sounded good, man. And Victims. That's the first time I ever saw Victims. Was at that one. Yeah, they were good as shit.
If anybody's gonna be at Within Destruction, Victims, Fox Lake, Carcosa coming up at the end of the month, you happen to see us, not that you know what the fuck we look like, but you might run into us. So I'm really excited for that show. So you should check out Within Destruction too.
I would say just blow most of the people there. And if you come across a guy that's mostly urethra, then you've blown me. So you know that's Drop-G. Drop-G is all urethra. So
this is going to be Heritage by Distant, and this one's featuring Will Ramos.
Ooh, I like that ambient piano.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm digging it.
Nice fucking hit.
You know what I noticed with this band a lot is how they have these multiple layers and things are just moving at different speeds, but somehow are completely in sync with each other in such a good way. But you have this overly chaotic music with this really soft, still kind of dark sounding, but like ambience that's layered. I love that about this. Just the dude's fucking brutal ass vocals. I love this band, dude.
Oh no, they're slowly becoming my top 5 for this year, definitely. That concert we're about to go to, Body Snatcher, Paleface, Isn't Distant going to be there?
And Angel Maker.
That's going to be a fucking show, man.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see Carcosa.
Before that, yeah.
I listened to Paleface today. They're fucking amazing.
Cloak and Fear, or no, Fear and Dagger, sorry.
Yeah, Fear and Dagger, yeah.
That one's a really solid album. I know one of our homeboys that follows us on Insta was wanting us to either do a reaction or an album review of that. So the next album review we are going to do is Distance Heritage once it drops. And we're going to try to get that one done as quickly as possible while also being as thorough as possible with it. And then we want to go back and do Sold Soul. And then if we have time, we should do the Paleface album if we can fit it in somewhere.
Yeah. And we're also going to do Invent Animate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also digging the robot tentacle porn that's on the Spotify app when you play this song. So if you are into tentacle porn, please watch it and enjoy it. They're hitting those screechies better than Brand of Sacrifice did.
Yeah, no shit, dude. where his vocals sit in the mix too.
Oh yeah.
There's Will.
Dude, Will's goblin voice is fucking, I know everybody's sucking Will Ramos's dick right now. It's deserved.
You're in one of two camps. You're either sucking Homeboy's dick or you're in the camp that hates him because he's getting his dick sucked by everybody.
You could have not told me that Will Ramos was on this track, and I would have been like, hey, that sounds like Will Ramos. When I heard it, he just has such a distinct sound, especially that goblin voice that he's got.
I would say, no, there's definitely a few that have a whole ass identity that goes into their vocals. Like they've mastered their own technique and sound. Will Ramos is obviously in that category. I would say Dan Watson, Dickie Allen. You've got a bunch that the second I hear them, I know who I'm listening to. Those three alone are easily like some of the best in the game.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's finish this song out. We got Oh, that was a fucking mean riff.
Bringing some John John.
Hell yeah, that was John John. I think John John is a genre.
It is now.
Yeah.
He's got some good goblins too, dude. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
What the fuck was that, dude?
dude, that was wicked.
That's what happens when the fucking robot tentacles get a hold of the guitars, dude.
Yeah, dude. Wow. I don't even know how that was done.
Okay, wow, holy shit, dude. I can't believe we were about to skip that song entirely. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, when we were listening to like Suicide Silence, I would have told you there can't possibly be anything heavier than this. And then they just fucking keep like pushing it, dude.
All right, well, that was the last song, so
Recap: Void by A Pretext to Human Suffering, Born to Lose by Carcosa. Third, we listened to Dynasty by Brand of Sacrifice. Fourth, Godhead by Veil Maya. And then lastly, Heritage by Distant. That definitely was the highlight for me. I'm actually really glad we fit that in because otherwise I'd feel like this episode was kind of lackluster. And
yeah, that was definitely a good idea to throw it in there. We got a few album reviews, as we mentioned earlier, coming down the pipe. Follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever the hell you consume this type of material. Let us know what you want to hear if you like these threads. Do you like Reaction Radio? Do you skip it because you're waiting for the album review? What do you want to hear? Is there some idea that you want to hear that we haven't done yet? Just let us know. We can adjust. Later, word to your moms.
is that your slogan?
Yeah, that's my fucking slogan. Drop-G, word to your moms. The Spizzle, baby.
What the fuck does that even mean?
DJ Spizzle, baby.